Mr Speaker,
Hilary Calvert.
I rise to commend this bill to the House.
My apologies. Louise Upston, MP for Taupo, who shares my office in Cambridge.
Exactly.
Or I share her office in Cambridge.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'm very pleased to be able to conclude this third reading of the Trademarks Amendment Bill and Copyright Amendment Bill number 2. And just actually want to come back to the important context that sits behind the passage of these two pieces of legislation that the Minister of Commerce has brought before the House. And part of that is the fact that one of the key priorities of the government is actually enabling better cooperation and more consistent legal cooperation across the world. And basically what that does is it reduces the costs of New Zealanders being able to trade in this global market. And more specifically, another priority for the government is, of course, to work far more closely with our Australian neighbour in the creation of a single economic market, which therefore allows businesses to trade more simply and more seamlessly. But in terms of the sort of detail of these two bills, I'm not going to take a long call, Mr Speaker, because we have heard quite a lot about it. But I just did think it was worth, in terms of looking at the size of this world problem in counterfeit trade, the World Trade Organisation actually estimates that the size of the counterfeit trade across the world is at least 5 to 7% of all world trade. So it's a significant issue, and this piece of legislation is actually going to, take us a step forward in terms of being able to reduce their legal trade. And I just wanted to, because I was just absolutely staggered and enthralled by the comments that Minister Williamson made around the harm that some of these counterfeit products cause, that I thought it was just worth going back to the harm that fakes can cause. And of course, there's been a number of exposés, in particular, Mr Speaker, around counterfeit production of insulin drugs, which of course we know has disastrous effects, and with growing rates of both type 1 and type 2 diabetes is a significant issue across the world. But, our local GNS scientists were the ones that discovered what are in some of the counterfeit Viagra, and of course Minister Williamson confirmed it by his own computing device, of course an original, not a fake, to say that not only did the fake Viagra contain bird droppings, it was bat droppings as well, and other nasty ingredients like arsenic, hair, charcoal and mercury. So those are some fairly good reasons, Mr Speaker, why we would like to make sure that we're able to crack down on some of these fakes. I'm not going to go through the details of the bill on the other areas like the enforcement officers, and my colleagues Hutchinson and Dean, members of Parliament, spoke at length about the international treaties. So that's why, Mr Speaker, I'm very pleased to finish this third reading on these two very important bills, another step forward in making National create a much stronger economy.
That concludes the debate. So the question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it.
Trademarks Amendment Bill, third reading. Copyright Amendment Bill number 2, third reading.
Call on Government Order of the Day number 3.